Students, are you hearing my voice?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, right. Okay. So, before going to today's concept um, about the Indus Valley civilization, and we have to see again these Indus Valley civilization because this is the civilization which we started at the first when our classes have started, and I will give you these things again. Okay, so because in the yesterday's class, we completed the last concept among the ancient Roman civilization and its scientific contributions. Okay, so uh, certain scientific contributions which learn the world, present world, from this ancient Roman civilization, such use of the concrete and certain developments in the medicine, and also as a part of astronomy, one of the Julian calendar, which still we are using mainly certain mainly the world using these calendar still in the contemporary period. Okay, so apart from those, as a part of the mathematics, there are certain developments and particularly the Roman letters, what we are using, also a contribution of the Roman civilization. Okay, so apart from these, there are many other things we learn, world learned from the Roman civilization, like maintaining cleanliness, hygiene, and also providing water through the domestic usage by constructing of aqueducts, and also as a part of health and hygiene, they maintain certain thermae. Thermae, nothing but the public baths. Okay, so apart from these, we have many other things we learn from the Roman civilization, like construction of certain huge buildings and public places. Okay, so and the public places like forums and construction of amphitheaters. Okay, so such things, the world which got these things from this ancient Roman civilization. Okay, so with the concept, the scientific contribution of this Roman civilization, we completed the last concept of our syllabus. Okay, so again, we have to see the things basically once again from the starting module. Okay, so as a part of our syllabus, the starting module is the Mesopotamia. Okay, so but we started the Indus Valley first of all. Okay, because Indus Valley and ancient Chinese civilization in the fourth module, but we started from the module 4. Okay, so because Indus Valley civilization is one of the greatest civilization and also our native civilization, so that we start this with the Indus Valley, right? So and Indus Valley had lot of things, and the Indus Valley is a part of every syllabus of every competitive examination, so that you are definitely aware you should be aware with this Indus Valley civilization, because as a part of Indian history, after the prehistoric cultures, you have to know the things about the Indus Valley, each and every part. Okay, so and as a part of that concept, I have to start with the Indus Valley, and then we covered the Chinese civilization because it's the adjoining part of the Indian territory, and one of the important civilization in Asian continent, and which are both important civilizations. So that I start with this Indus Valley and Chinese civilization. Then we move to Mesopotamia, and after the Mesopotamia, we covered certain things from the Mesopotamia. Okay, so we had a glance over these things of Babylonian territory. Okay, so after the Mesopotamia, we covered the ancient Egypt, and then we'll move to ancient Greece, and finally we concluded with the ancient Rome. Okay, so still we have a certain time to cover the whole syllabus, so that I have to recap the points what we discussed in the earlier classes. Okay, so that I will give you these every civilization once again in one or in 2 to 3 classes like that. Okay, so first of all, I will start with the Indus Valley. And Indus Valley, one of the important civilization, and from the Indus Valley, the which had a certain contributions to the world, and many things the world learned basically. Okay, so and Indus Valley was the we simply say that it is a richest civilization, and they followed a systematic life in it. Okay, so and this is the civilization had certain unique features like the grid system and town planning, and within the grid system, these people which constructed their dwellings in a systematic manner, and every dwelling with certain a sufficient ventilation, and every house which is facing towards the east, and these the roads which is also intersecting at right angle, and each street moving from east to the west. Okay, so and every street had a certain drainage system, and each both sides of the streets, and the both sides of the drainage system of both sides, which is connected with the drainage, the drains from the every house, and finally this drain which is going outside of the city or town. Okay, so carrying this wastewater, and which is well connected with various water bodies also. Okay, so apart from those, and many other things we covered within that. As a part of the society, we had certain sources. Okay, so sources in the sense, in for the Indus Valley civilization. Okay, so except other civilization in the world, only the Indus Valley civilization is having only the archaeological sources, and certain written sources also we find, but these written sources was not deciphered so far. Okay, still certain dilemma, and no proper research has taken place on these script, so that no one can decipher these script, so that we cannot say that the exactly things are happened in the Indus Valley civilization. Okay, so we have to imagine that. We have to imagine that the things may be happened there. Okay, so and we have to say that those. Okay, so we have to say that certain things has taken place. They might be followed the agriculture, they followed trade and commerce. Okay, so and the whole civilization having certain social structure. Okay, so it's all maybe you can imagine. Okay, so these things might have taken place at ancient civilization. Okay, so ancient Indian civilization, nothing but the Indus Valley or Harappan civilization. Okay, so these things we discussed, and apart from these, there are certain things to be discussed as a part of economy. Okay, so as a part of economy, we have to we have a discussion over the agriculture, how they followed agriculture. Within the agriculture, they were well known about growing of certain crops, particularly apart from these food grains like the cereals and barley and also wheat like that, and they have the idea of these cash crops like the cotton or like that. Okay, so these we probably say that the Indus Valley people were the first people had a idea over the growing of this cotton, and with the help of the cotton, they also followed this uh, industry, textile industry. Okay, so and because for supporting this, we had certain source where a cotton woven cloth has deciphered, sorry, executed at Harap, Mohenjo-daro like that, and they had a idea over growing of paddy also. Okay, so where certain places these we have we have a certain executed things like the rice husk with the certain soil or like that. Okay. So and apart from these, they maintain certain trade and relations with the other parts of the world. Like Mesopotamia, they followed a systematic trade and because a number of Mesopotamian seals were we deciphered. Sorry, seals were executed in various cities and towns of Indus Valley, and Indus Valley coins also, not coins, seals also. We get various places of the Mesopotamia, and within the Mesopotamian text, there is a term which mentioned separately, like the Meluha. Okay, so and Dilman, like names. Okay, so in the text of Mesopotamian civilization. Okay, so these probably may be these the word which is used for the is the Indus Valley, and Dilman, which is for the Persian Gulf, or like that. Okay, so it means what? There is a clear-cut source of relation, the commercial or the trade relation with the Mesopotamia. Okay, so apart from this, the Indus Valley people are also followed various trade aspects within the Indus Valley civilization. Okay, so and apart from those, there are other things to be discussed, like various cultural aspects, and within the cultural aspects, we have to see the dress pattern and also food habits, and also the religious matters. Okay, so and any mythological stories are there, and any art or literature things maybe might be find are there. Okay, so those things we have to see particularly as a part of these cultural aspects. And finally, we completed with the downfall of Indus Valley civilization, and also any contribution from the Indus Valley, or we see like okay. So, and before going to the Indus Valley civilization, and I have to share my screen first of all, and then I will move to my explanation. Students, are you getting my screen?
Yes,
Right.
sir.
The large territories from the Balochistan to the Gujarat for the Indian territory. Okay, so and this the first city which is discovered by this excavation was the Harappa, and so that this Indus Valley civilization also called with the name the Harappan civilization, and within the civilization, within the Indus Valley civilization, you find the number of cities and towns. Okay, so as a part of the whole, as a the whole, the territory has a whole. You can divide these. You can categorize this Indus Valley civilization into the three parts. Okay, so based on the developments which taken place within the ancient Indus Valley area. Okay. So, like in the initial phase, we can call as the early Indus Valley and Indus Valley, the Harappa and mature Harappa. Okay, so early Harappan civilization and Harappan civilization and mature Harappan civilization, which is you can divide or you can categorize into certain phases on the basis of certain developments which taken place in the ancient parts of the Indus Valley civilization. Okay, so and these all major ancient civilizations were established along the banks of the major river. Okay, so major rivers where we can have we already covered all the civilizations, because every civilization had one or two rivers, and the important the major population which were stayed or settled banks of the certain rivers which having adjoining to certain civilizations. Okay, so like Indus Valley, you'll see Indus Valley and its tributaries, and for the Chinese civilization, like the Yangtze and Oyango rivers are like that, and for Roman civilization, Tiber is there, and Egyptian civilization, Nile River, you are well aware, and for the Mesopotamia, Euphrates and Tigris rivers are like that. Okay, so for each and every civilization which is having the abundance of water source with various river systems, and on the banks of these river systems, these number of migrants were settled because they can get sufficient water supply, and due to the flowing of the river they get fertile soil, and also they can get a fodder for their cattle are like that, sufficient fodder for cattle are like that. Okay, so such things which created certain way for these settlers who settled in these civilizations on the banks of major rivers. Okay, so and the abundance of agriculture due to fertile land helped the civilization to thrive, and there is no credible evidence to establish any one civilization as the earliest first civilization to have been established. And though it is widely assumed that the earliest civilization was Mesopotamia. Okay, so according to certain sources, we can say that the early civilization which started in the world probably maybe the Mesopotamia. Okay, so and Indus Valley civilization was an ancient civilization, and the thrived along the course of the Indus River in northwestern part of Indian subcontinent, and it was also the period of the Bronze Age, and it is also referred to as Harappan civilization, owing to the fact that the civilization was first discovered in 1921 at the modern site of Harappa, situated in the Punjab province, Punjab of current day of the Pakistan. And when you see the chronology, not chronology, as a duration, time duration of the Indus Valley civilization, which is according to the radiocarbon dating, the civilization thrived during the 2500 BC to 1750 BC. Okay, so for the duration, there are certain debate among the various archaeologists and historians and many intellectual class like that. Okay, so because according to Sarjan Marshall, Martimum Wheeler are like that. It's the duration may be in between 2500 to the 1500 BC like that, and many others are supporting 2000 to 2250 BC to 1500 BC, and many supported 3000 BC to 1500 BC. Like that, certain confusion is there, but according to the scientifical development, as a part of scientific development, the on the basis of the radiocarbon calculation, we can exactly say that the Indus Valley civilization may be taken place in between 2500 to 1750 BC. Okay, so it's not exactly the dates we have, the initial and the maximum, but these are approximate dates. Okay, so in and around we can see the development has taken place. Okay, so it may be changed according to certain developments also, because on the basis of developments we divided these Indus Valley civilization into three phases. One is the early and Indus Valley Harappan and mature Harappan like that, because in the early still we'll see certain initial things has taken place, and in the mature place phase you'll see certain development better than these early and Harappan people. Okay, so Harappan civilization. Okay, so likewise, and according to the region also, it may be changes. Certain variation also you'll see. Okay, so you see certain things in the southern border where the Daimabad was on the banks of Narmada River. He had certain things, and in the places of the Harappa and Mohenjo-daro, you will see certain mature places are like that. And in the initial stages, every Harappan will see Ahar also there, because they are certain lag behind with the developments are like that. Okay, so and these Harappan, they were when you see the Harappan people were the great people. Okay, so where they themselves started certain things which never see at that time in the world. Okay, see, you never see those things in the other civilizations at that world. Okay, so at that time. Okay, so such unique things we will see from the Indus Valley civilization. Okay, so before going to that, I have to give you the geographical extent, and the Indus Valley civilization was spread over a large area of which is today a part of northwestern India and Pakistan, and it covered an area of 12 lakh 99,600 square meters. This indicates that the Indus Valley civilization was the most extensive among all the ancient civilizations of the world. Okay. So, and when you see the important cities and sites of Indus Valley civilization, and so far archaeologists have come across more than 1,000 sites belonging to this civilization, and out of these, only 6 can be regarded as the cities: Harappa, Mohenjo-daro, Chanhudaro, Lokal, Kalibangan, and Banavali. Like, and you see the largest sites of Indus Valley, which is the Mohenjo-daro, and after that Harappa also another second largest site, and you can see the recently discovered cities also, educated cities also, like Dholavira and Daimabad, Ganeriwala. Okay, so such recent developments and recent exhibitions also taken place, and within these cities also you'll see certain similar things which we found in other cities like Harappa, Mohenjo-daro, and Kalibangan are like that. Okay, so another important city, one which having a local dockyard is nothing but the Lothal. Okay, so Lothal and Suktajandar and Surkatwada, these are the these are the western most part of they are situated in the westernmost part of this territory. Okay, so Indus Valley territories, and on the northern part you'll see Manda, which is the northernmost border of the Indus Valley civilization, and Alangirpur is the easternmost part of the Indus Valley civilization. Okay, so these are important sites you can go through about the Indus Valley civilizations. Okay, so when you see certain important features, and before going to this, I will give you some more introduction about Indus Valley civilization. Then I'll give you these features one by one again, and we have a somewhat detailed description, right? So, and they were the Indus Valley civilizations were a great and good builders, and the ruins of the various sites shows skillful design. Their buildings had two or sometimes more stories also, and the bathrooms were attached to the rooms. And one of the unique feature of the city was elaborate drainage system, and a brick-lined drainage channel flowed alongside every street, and removable bricks were placed at regular intervals of easy cleaning and inspection. And the Harappan traders used seals on the knots of the sacks to be transported to make sure that they were not opened during the journeys, and nobody knows how to read their writing. Okay, writing system or the script. Okay, so which is a great difficulty because which is totally a pictographic script, and there are certain research also taken place as a important researcher called I. Mahadevan, who had a great research over the Indus script, but not at Dispert so far. Okay, so and when you see certain historical facts of the Indus Valley civilization in 1842, where certain stories over these territories, and nobody tried to explore these sites at that time. Okay, so there are certain local stories which the carried from one generation to the another, and one part to the another, and one place to the another regarding these sites. Particularly, you see certain depth, certain important high places where you can see around the Indus, around Sindh region, like in and around Harappa and Mohenjo-daro cities like. Okay, so in those places, in 1842, Charles Mason wrote a book that regarding the sites of Indus Valley civilization, according to the certain stories, local stories, which carried by those areas. Okay, so and few people paid certain attention over it, and during the time of 1921-22, where John Marshall organized the first archaeological excavation at the Harappa. Okay, so because while constructing the railway lines from through these such areas, and they excavated those areas. While excavating those areas, they got certain interesting facts in those areas, so that the son Sir John Marshall and other Dayaram Sahini and many other archaeologists who started excavating those areas, and gradually they discovered certain interesting facts, because there should be a great civilization maybe there underneath. Okay, so this is the first point. This Indus Valley civilization has known to the world. Okay, so the ruins of Harappa, first described in 1842 by Charles Mason in his narrative of various journeys in the Balochistan, Afghanistan, and the Punjab, where locals talk of an ancient city extending 13 courses. Okay, so about to 25 millions, 25 miles. Okay, so and in 1856, 1856, General Alexander Cunningham, later Director General of British Archaeological Survey, he visited these places, particularly Harappa, where the British engineers like Sir John Marshall and William Brenton were laying the East Indian Company's railway line connecting the cities of Karachi and Lahore. Okay, so they were told of an ancient ruined city near the lines, and visiting the city, Alexander Cunningham found it full of hard, well-burned bricks, and convinced that there was a grand quarry of the ballast. Okay, so but the city of Brahminabad was reduced to the ballast, and a few months later, further north, John's brother William Brenton's, which is section of the line, ran near another ruined city, and bricks from which had already been used by villagers in the nearby villages of the Harappa at the same time. Okay, same site. Okay, so these bricks now provided ballast along 93 miles of the railroad track running from Karachi to the Lahore. ఓకే, సో మీకు తెలుసు ఎందుకంటే అక్కడ ఏదో కొన్ని పాడుబడినటువంటి కొన్ని ఇళ్ళు వాళ్ళకి కనిపించడం, ఆ కనిపించినటువంటి వాటిని ఏదో ఏడ క్వారీ ఉంటుందనేటటువంటి ఉద్దేశంతో వాళ్ళు కొంతవరకు దాన్ని చూడగా అక్కడ కొన్ని రకాలైనటువంటి ఇటుకలు వాళ్ళకి కనిపించడం. అండ్ ఇంకా వాళ్ళు గమనించింది ఏంటంటే ఆ ప్రాంతంలో ఏదైతే ఆయా ఇటుకలు ఏవైతే ఉన్నాయో అవన్నిటిని కూడా ఆ లోకల్లో ఉన్నటువంటి ప్రజలు వాటిని తీసుకెళ్లి వాళ్ళ ఇండ్లలో ఉపయోగించుకోవడం మొదలుపెట్టారు. ఓకే, సో ఎప్పుడైతే అలాంటి పరిస్థితి గమనించినటువంటి కొంతమంది ఇంజనీర్లు, అంటే అప్పట్లో కరాచీ నుంచి లాహోర్ వరకు ఒక రైల్వే లైన్ వేసేటటువంటి ప్రయత్నంలో భాగంగా వాళ్ళు ఇలాంటి అంశాలన్నింటిని కూడా అబ్జర్వ్ చేశారు. కానీ వాళ్ళకి ఏదో ఒక అనుమానం, అక్కడ ఏదో ఒక రకమైనటువంటి ఏదో ఉన్నది, అక్కడ ఏదో అంతకు ముందు ఒక రాజ్యం కానీ లేకపోతే ఏదో ఒక సివిలైజేషన్ లాంటిది ఏదో ఉండి ఉండొచ్చు అనేటటువంటి. కానీ దానికి సంబంధించినటువంటి స్థానికులు రకరకాలైనటువంటి స్టోరీలు చెప్పుకోవటం వీళ్ళు విన్నారు. సో దానికి సపోర్ట్ చేస్తూ ఏదైతే ఈ ఇటుకలు దొరకటంతో వాటి మీద కొన్ని పరిశోధనలు, అంటే ఏదైతే అలెగ్జాండర్ కన్నింగ్హామ్ కంటే ముందే అతను మాత్రం ఏదైతే డైరెక్టర్ జనరల్ ఆఫ్ ఆర్కియలాజికల్ సర్వే ఆఫ్ బ్రిటిష్ ఇండియాగా వచ్చినప్పుడు మాత్రం అతను తెలుసు. కానీ అంతకుముందు చార్లెస్ మాసన్ ఆ స్థానికులు చెప్పేటటువంటి కథలను బేస్ చేసుకొని అతను కొన్ని ఏదైతే ఆర్టికల్స్ రాయటం, అట్లనే అతని ఆర్టికల్స్ జనరల్స్ పబ్లిష్ కావటం. సో ఇవన్నీ తెలుసుకున్నటువంటి అలెగ్జాండర్ కన్నింగ్హామ్ ఎట్లయినా సరే అక్కడ ఏదో ఉన్నది అనేటటువంటి ఉద్దేశంతో అక్కడ ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్ స్టార్ట్ చేయడం మొదలుపెట్టారు. సో అదే క్రమంలో ఆల్రెడీ రైల్వే లైన్స్ తవ్వుతున్నప్పుడు అక్కడ ఆయా ప్రాంతాల్లో కొన్ని ఇటుకలు, కొన్ని ఏదైతే ఆనవాళ్ళు బయటపడటం అనేటటువంటి జరిగింది. దాని ద్వారా దీన్ని కొంచెం సీరియస్గా తీసుకున్నటువంటి బ్రిటిష్ ఇంజనీర్లు ఆర్కియాలజిస్టులకి అప్పచెప్పడం అనేటటువంటిది జరిగింది. ఓకే, సో అట్లా ఈ ఇండస్ వ్యాలీ సివిలైజేషన్కి సంబంధించినటువంటి కొన్ని ఆనవాళ్ళు బయటకు వచ్చినాయి. సో క్రమక్రమంగా అదొక గ్రేట్ సివిలైజేషన్గా ఏదైతే ప్రపంచానికి గెలవడం అనేది చూస్తాం. ఓకే, సో బై 1931 మచ్ ఆఫ్ ద మొహంజోదారో హ్యాడ్ బీన్ ఎగ్జిక్యూటెడ్. ఓకే, సో 1931 సంవత్సరానికి మొహంజోదారో మొత్తం ప్రాంతాన్ని వాళ్ళు ఏదైతే ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేశారో అక్కడ ఉన్నటువంటి మృతుల దిబ్బ మీకు తెలుసు, ఏదైతే డెడ్ ఆఫ్ మౌండ్ అని చెప్తాం. సో దగ్గరలో ఉన్నటువంటి ఒక ఎత్తైన కొండకు సంబంధించి దాన్ని ఒక దెయ్యపు కొండగా ఆ స్థానిక ప్రజలు భావిస్తూ ఉండేటటువంటి పరిస్థితుల్లో సో వాటిలో కూడా తవ్వకాలు మొదలు పెట్టడం అనేటటువంటిది మీకు తెలుసు. అందులో దయారాం సాహ్ని లాంటి కొంతమంది ఏదైతే ఈ చరిత్రకారులు అక్కడ చేసినటువంటి పరిశోధనల మూలంగా ద ఇండస్ వ్యాలీ సివిలైజేషన్ యొక్క ఏదైతే దాని ఆనవాళ్ళు అనేటటువంటి ఏదైతే ప్రపంచాన్ని గెలవటం అనేది జరిగింది. ఓకే, సో ఇక మనం ఏదైతే ఎర్లీ హరప్పన్ గురించి ఎర్లీ హరప్పన్ అట్లనే హరప్ప అట్లనే మ్యాచ్యూర్ హరప్పగా మూడు భాగాలుగా మనం చెప్పుకున్నట్లయితే ఎర్లీ హరప్పాలో మనం ఏ ప్రాంతాల్లో ఉన్నాయి, ఏ ఎర్లీ హరప్పాకి సంబంధించినటువంటి సైట్స్ అండ్ ఎర్లీ హరప్పాకి అట్లనే మ్యాచ్యూర్ హరప్పాకి ఉన్నటువంటి తేడాలు ఏంటి అనేటటువంటిది మనం చూసుకున్నట్లయితే జనరల్గా ద ఎర్లీ హరప్పన్ రావి ఫేస్ వేర్ ద సెటిల్మెంట్స్ ఆర్ the people who settled around the river Ravi. Okay, so the early Harappan Ravi face named after the nearby Ravi river. 2800. Okay, so it is related to the Akra face, identified in the Gagra and Akra river valley, the west, and predates the Port Dizzy phase. Okay, so again after the Gagra phase we can say as Port Dizzy. Port Dizzy phase can extended in between 2800 BC to 2600 BC. Okay, it's better to be called as early Harappan phase also, and named after the site Northern Sindh, and which is also all those things which are attached to the Mohenjo-daro. Okay, so the earliest examples are the Indus script, which is dated back to the 3rd century BC, but this was not discovered so far. Okay, so and we have certain latest discoveries from the Pirana in Haryana, and which is some very latest excavation has taken place at Pirana in Haryana of India, which is certain exhibitions has taken place since the 2012 onwards, and by the archaeologist K. and Dixit, which indicates that which is a Akra where from this area date back from the early 700 and BC, like that. Okay, that's why we say these are the early phases, and within the early phases we have the Ahar culture, Soti culture, and Akra Gaggar culture, and also the another important Port Dizi culture. All these are comes under the early Harappans, and apart from these, there are the other territories come under the mature and Harappan phases. Okay. So, and trade networks linked this culture with related regional cultures and distant source of raw material, including lapis lazuli and another material for bead making. And villages had by this time domesticated numerous crops, including peas, sesame, seeds, dates, and cotton, as well as certain animals, including the water buffalo. Also, they are aware about these things. Okay. So the early Harappan communities, which turned to large Harappan centers by the 2600 BC onwards. Okay. So when you see the Harappan phase, by 2600 BC, the early urban communities had been turned into large urban centers. Such urban centers include Harappa, Ganeriwala, Mohenjo-daro in modern-day Pakistan, and Dholavira, Kalibangan, Rakigari, Ropar, and Lothal in modern-day India. In total, more than 1,052 cities and settlements have been found, and mainly in the general region of the Indus rivers and their tributaries. Okay, so this is the Harappan parts. అంటే మనకి 2600 వరకు ఉన్నటువంటి ముందు కాలం, అంటే 3300 నుంచి 2600 వరకు మధ్య ఉన్నటువంటి కాలం, ఆ కాలం ఏదైతే ప్రాంతాలకు సరిపోతుందో దాన్ని మనం ఎర్లీ హరప్పన్ ఫేస్ గా చెప్పుకుంటాం. అట్లానే 2600 క్రీస్తుపూర్వం 2600 తర్వాత కాలాన్ని మనం మ్యాచ్యూర్ హరప్పన్ ఫేస్, అట్లనే మ్యాచ్యూర్ హరప్పన్ ఫేస్ గా చెప్పుకుంటాం. ఓకే, సో ఈ రెండింటి మధ్య కొంత రకమైనటువంటి తేడా కనిపిస్తుంది. ఎందుకంటే ఎర్లీ హరప్పాలో కొన్ని పనులు ఏవైతే అంటే మ్యాచ్యూర్ హరప్పాలో కంటే వాళ్ళు ఇంకా ఇనిషియల్ స్టేజ్లో మాత్రమే ఉంటారు. ఓకే, సో ఇక్కడ బేక్డ్ బిక్స్ అనేటటువంటివి యూజ్ చేస్తుంటే మ్యాచ్యూర్ హరప్పన్ ప్లేస్లో డ్రైడ్ బిక్స్ ఉపయోగిస్తారు. ఓకే, సో బర్న్డ్ బిక్స్ ఉపయోగిస్తారు. అట్లనే ఏదైతే విలేజ్ వాతావరణం ఈ ఎర్లీ హరప్పాలో కనిపిస్తే అర్బన్ ఏదైతే అర్బన్ లైఫ్ ఈ ఎర్లీ హరప్పన్కి మ్యాచ్యూర్ హరప్పన్కి ఇలాంటి కొన్ని తేడాలు మనకు కనిపిస్తాయి. అట్లానే కాకపోతే కల్చర్ పరంగా చూసుకున్నప్పుడు అంటే మ్యాచ్యూర్ హరప్పన్లోని ఎర్లీ హరప్పాలో కూడా ఒకే రకమైనటువంటి సంస్కృతి కనిపిస్తూ ఉంటుంది. కాకపోతే చిన్న చిన్న తేడాలు మనకు కనిపిస్తాయి. ఫుడ్ హ్యాబిట్స్కి సంబంధించి చిన్న చిన్న తేడాలు, అట్లనే కన్స్ట్రక్షన్కి సంబంధించినటువంటి తేడాలు, అట్లనే ఇక్కడ మొత్తం ఏదైతే రూరల్ లైఫ్ మనకు కనిపిస్తే ఇక్కడ అర్బన్ లైఫ్ లాంటివి కనిపిస్తూ ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, సో ఇట్లా కొన్ని తేడాలు మాత్రం మనకి కనిపిస్తూ ఉంటాయి. కానీ ఓవరాల్గా మాత్రం హరప్పన్ సివిలైజేషన్ గానే మనం చెప్పుకుంటాం. కానీ చిన్న చిన్న డెవలప్మెంట్ వృద్ధి ఏదైతే ఉన్నదో ఆ వృద్ధిలో కొన్ని తేడాలు అంటే కొంత ఎక్కువ వృద్ధి అనేది మ్యాచ్యూర్ హరప్పన్లో కనిపిస్తుంది, ఎర్లీ హరప్పన్లో అంత కనిపిస్తుంది అన్నమాట. ఓకే, సో ఇక మనం సిటీస్కి సంబంధించినటువంటి అంశాలు మనం మాట్లాడుకున్నట్లయితే ఇండస్ వ్యాలీ సిటీస్కి సంబంధించి టౌన్ ప్లానింగ్కి సంబంధించినటువంటి అంశాలు మాట్లాడుకున్నట్లయితే ఏ సోఫిస్టికేటెడ్ అండ్ టెక్నాలజికల్లీ అడ్వాన్స్డ్ అర్బన్ culture is evident in the Indus Valley civilization, making them the first urban centers in the region. And the quality of the cities suggests they used urban planning and placed a high priority on hygiene. Okay, so they given a priority to the cleanliness also. And as seen in Harappa, Mohenjo-daro, and recently partially excavated Rakigari, this urban plan included the world's first known urban sanitation systems, and within the city individual homes or groups of the homes obtained water from the wells, and from a room that appears to have been set aside for bathing, wastewater was directed to covered drains which lined the major streets and houses open only to inner courtyards and smaller lanes. Okay, so and the ancient Indus systems of sewerage and drainage that were developed in the cities throughout the Indus region were far more advanced than any found in contemporary urban sites, and in the Middle East, and even more efficient than those in many areas of Pakistan and India today. And the advanced architecture of Harappans is shown by their impressive dockyards, granaries, warehouses, and brick platforms and protective walls also. Okay, so the massive walls of Indus Valley cities most likely protected the Harappans from floods, and many have, which is protected them from the external attacks also. Okay, so the purpose of the citadel, which is remained debated. Okay, so it's sharp contrast to the civilizations contemporaries and Mesopotamia and ancient Egypt. No large monumental structures were built, and there is no evidence of palaces or temples or kings or armies of the priests. Okay, so Indus Valley had a structure of the citadel, which is like a protective wall. Okay, so the protective wall only for the upper city, and we cannot see citadel for the lower city. Okay, so each and every city with only the Sanhudaro, only the one city which is different from the plan of other cities, because no citadel has found in the Sanhudaro, and remaining other cities you will see citadel, a protective wall with for the uh, upper town. Okay, so whole these cities, these urban cities were, the Indus Valley cities were commonly divided into the two phases of the city. One is the upper town, and second one is the lower town. Okay, so upper town is covered with a protective wall, but lower town is we cannot see. Okay, so in the upper town, you had the houses with a number of rooms. Okay, so multiple rooms you will see in the houses, but in the lower houses, the houses may be with one or two rooms. Okay, so it's probably the lower town is only confined to the servants, and the upper town for the upper strata of particular Indus Valley society. Okay, so and the most city dwellers appear to have been traders or artisans who lived with the other pursuing the same occupation in well-defined neighborhoods. And materials from the distant regions were used in the cities for constructing seeds, beads, and other objects. And among the artifacts discovered, discovered were beautiful glazed flange beads, and steatite seals have been images of animals, people, and other types of inscriptions, including the yet undeciphered writing system of the Indus Valley civilization. And some of the seals were used to stamp clay on the trade goods, and most probably had other uses as well. And the prehistory of Indo-Iranian borderlands shows a steady increase over time in the number and density of settlements, and the population increased in the Indus plains because of hunting and gathering. Okay, so hunting and gathering has continued in the early Harappan phase, and you cannot see such hunting and gathering in the mature Harappan. Okay, mature Harappan, you'll see certain development that like a urban plan you'll see in the mature Harappan phase. Okay, so when you see the Indus Valley civilization, the town planning basically, the town planning was the hallmark of Harappan civilization, and Harappan towns and cities were built as per the grid pattern, and also these Harappan were pattern wherein roads and the lanes, which is by secting each other at the right angles. Okay, so drainage system in Indus Valley civilization towns was very impressive, and burnt bricks of uniform size were widely used across the towns. and large places for communal bath. Communal bath and public bath were found as part of the towns also. Okay, so and this is certain pictures of the Indus Valley cities, and those were the bricks, particularly the Indus Valley people used, like the baked bricks, yeah, well at Lothal also you will see, and which is the wall which is constructed with the burnt bricks on the right side of your picture also you will see. Okay, so and on the left side you will see the drainage the pattern which they constructed, and like a manhole structure also you will see in the left side picture. Okay, so these are the modern concepts and they were well followed at the time. Okay, so when you see the agriculture and those things, and this is about certain things regarding the Indus Valley civilization, and I will give you the economical aspects and other aspects, particularly social structure or like that in the tomorrow's class. Okay, so this is end of my class today, and students, you have any um, doubts regarding this Indus Valley civilization, what we discussed now, you can ask me now. Okay, so this is about my class today, and I will meet you again at the same time tomorrow. Right? Students, are you hearing?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, right. You have any queries or doubts regarding assignment? You can ask me now. ఇంకేమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉన్నాయా?
సార్ 4 మాడ్యూల్స్ లో ఒక మాడ్యూల్ కి 2 క్వశ్చన్స్ యూజ్ చేసుకొని రాయాలి కదా సార్ అసైన్మెంట్.
అవును, అవునవును.
ఓకే సార్.
సార్ సెకండ్
ఆ,
సార్
మాడ్యూల్
ఒక క్వశ్చన్ ఎన్ని
పీడిఎఫ్ ఏమైనా షేర్ చేస్తారా?
చెప్పండి ప్రత్యూష, చెప్పండి.
సెకండ్ మాడ్యూల్ పీడిఎఫ్ సార్, యూరోపియన్
సెకండ్
ఈజిప్ట్
మాడ్యూల్ పీడిఎఫ్
సివిలైజేషన్.
నేను పంపిస్తాను. ఆల్రెడీ కొన్ని పోస్ట్ చేస్తున్నా కదా, ఈ రోజు ఇంకొన్ని పోస్ట్ చేస్తాను.
ఓకే సార్.
వనజ,
సార్ ఒక క్వశ్చన్ ఎన్ని పేజెస్ రాయాలి సార్?
ఒక 2 పేజెస్ రాయండి. 2 పేజెస్
Two
ఇన్ ద
pages.
సెన్స్ పేపర్ 2, ఒక పేపర్ 2 సైడ్ రాయండి. 1,
పేపర్ కు 2 సైడ్స్ సార్?
అవును.
అట్లా 2 పేజెస్ కంప్లీట్ చేయాలి.
ఒక వైట్ పేపర్ని 2 సైడ్స్ రాయమ్మా, ఒక్కొక్క ఎస్ఏ క్వశ్చన్ ఆన్సర్.
ఓకే సార్, ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ.
ఓకే, అదర్స్ ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉన్నాయా? Okay, students, thank you. I am ending my class.